to get buyers with postcards? Yes, not only do I procure listings with my postcards, but also buyers. And today I brought you my top 5 postcards that I've sent recently that procured actual buyers. Proven, tested, and yes, they got results. So let's dive on in. My name is Janine Sasso. I'm the owner and founder of the Hyperlocal Real Estate Agent, and I have made it my mission to help more agents with geographic farming and truly understanding postcards and how to do them on a very, very affordable level. So let's dive in. Now, when it comes to geographic farming, people always ask, right, how do I get listings? But we do cover that in other videos. Feel free to check out the channel on this. Today's video is all about what about the buyers? Because the buyers will be my future listings down the road, right? And there are a couple ways. And I want to start off first and foremost with my past clients and my sphere. Inside my neighborhood, I do host events and I adopt these people into my sphere. I wasn't born and raised in the area I grew up in, I do business in. So having no sphere, I didn't go to school here, my kids were too little. I really didn't have, let's say, a big SOI. Maybe some of you guys can relate. And because of that, I needed to figure out how can I adopt people into my SOI, right? And what happened was I fell into geographic farming. So with geographic farming, essentially, you just make a lot of friends. And believe me, I'm not a social butterfly. I prefer a book and a blanket over a raving party with lots of communication out there. So it was one of these things where I needed to get really good at something, and geographic farming was consistency, and it was letting me do things on postcards. So when I went in, I have events that I host, such as my neighborhood garage sale, letters to Santa, my Easter event, and I started collecting a decent amount of people that were living in my farm, and they, just had natural conversations with me. Like, hey, how are you? Oh, so good to see you. Your dog's so cute, right? Really normal conversations. And I have a program inside the Hyperlocal Agent with the Business Builder Box, which essentially is my past client follow-up in a box. So how do I follow up with my past clients? Well, I send them a postcard once a month, right? I want to stay in touch, and I want to stay in touch on a professional level. I don't want to stay in touch in, sweatpants yoga mom on the playground. I want to be in touch with the people that I want to do business with in a very professional kind of way, right? And this is how I do it. I send out lead nurture mailers, I call them. So I differentiate between 2 types of mailers. Lead generation, people that don't know me, right? Cold leads. And then lead nurture mailer. They know what I do for a living. And for them, it's just really to be in front of over and over and over. So you see that I've sent out a bunch of these, and it's really just all about being helpful and being in front as a professional. So these cards are phenomenal because then I get people saying, hey, we have friends looking to move into the area. Can you help them? I know you know a lot about the neighborhood, right? I have people saying, hey, my mom is looking to sell and then buy something else, right? So there's buyers coming from these. So having this as an option is absolutely one of the best ways. But there's more. So another one that we've recently done was trying to figure out where are our households with potentially children, right? Back to school bingo. Why? Because oftentimes we have people wanting to upsize, needing a little bit more elbow room as the kids are growing older. I actually just recently upgraded to a little bit of a bigger car because my small car, my kids kind of got crammed in it, right? And I have a lot of things for my business. So it just made sense to upgrade. And my car loan was paid off, right? So let's assume my car is my house. My car loan was paid off. I had an interest rate the first time around of 1.74 for my car loan. I went interest shopping and I got hit with like a whooping 8%. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I continued to shop around. Long story short, I ended up with a 2.1% car loan, but it was still more than what I had before. Yet I pulled the trigger because it was time. I needed it. And your prospects with your house, same boat. They will pull the trigger if the discomfort is too large. So that was a good one. Another great one is an event. So every year we started hosting a Meet the Easter Bunny one. And this one, I would say for April, it's a great time right now with the spring market starting to ramp up and have conversations more and more and more of like, hey, yeah, no problem. What are you currently living? Oh, you're in one of the townhomes. Oh, you're renting it. Okay, have you ever thought about owning a home? Right? Having conversations are amazing, but this event is just a trigger for this conversation. And yes, it procured buyers. Next step, this is our fall event. This is an event that we have built from the ground up, if you will. It's been near and dear to our heart, and it is a great reminder to just let the community know, hey, we're here. And again, if they are 6 months out, we love having conversations with people when they are not there yet, right? Like, we don't want to talk to them and then be rushed off like, hey, my lease is expiring in 2 months. We want to be there earlier. And again, this is a great event in the fall to do that. Now, you might have a different event in the fall. This is a fire station open house. Maybe you're gonna have letters to Santa, or a pie event for the neighborhood, or drop off pumpkins. Again, so many different events to make this happen. And then the best one for last, this one here is a wanted poster. And instead of obviously wanting something crazy, we wanted a house for our buyers. Now you might say, well, but you're looking for a listing to sell. I'm like, yes, but whoever sees this also sees the effort that we're doing for our buyers. And let me ask you, if you can hire somebody to do this on your behalf versus somebody that just sends you MLS listings, what are you gonna pick? I don't know about you, but I want somebody that goes the extra mile, that digs up inventory. And we've done it multiple times, digging up inventory before it even became available to the public. So a great one is to showcase what you actually do for a buyer, and yes, you will end up with more buyers. So hopefully these 5 postcards were super helpful. It's just another example of what you can do to stand out from the crowd, have a better value proposition, and continue to grow your business with postcards. And if you are wanting to know how did I build my geographic farm on postcards, make sure you jump in on our next Mailer Bootcamp, which is mailermombootcamp.com. And you want to make sure you are there. It is free. You can get all the information, and then you can too create postcards that are actually triggering people to take action. I'm really excited to see you in the next bootcamp. Again, thanks so much for checking out this channel. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Welcome to Bootcamp Day number 1.
Another resource out there that gives and gives and gives this much value, like Janine does in the Mailer Clinic.
So I would definitely recommend that anybody that is looking to just beef up their marketing.
Well, it works. So if you're listening out there, it works.
And then
it
I'm like,
really does.
Finally, it just dawned on me. It's like, this girl is giving detail that you don't get from anybody else. So that's when I just said, I'm going for it. So I thought, what the hell?
And I think you finally gave me a focus. I wasn't everywhere.
They work, people. They work. The Mailer Clinic was the best investment that I could have ever made.